Hey everybody, it's Crystal. I hope you are all doing well and welcome back to the Full Embrace. Now, I know it's been a little minute, quite a few of them, but I'm here and I am back and I'm happy to be with you. Um, here on this channel, as you know, we seek to live intentionally and with purpose while completely embracing who we are and letting that be okay. We're normalizing being yourself, right? So, today I just wanted to share with you something that was impressed upon my heart. Well, it's been impressed upon my heart for a little while, but I've been sitting with it and really just kind of contemplating because I needed to answer the question for myself. And you're like, well, Crystal, what question and why are you over here talking to yourself like that? Like, are you okay? I promise I'm okay. But the question that has been kind of flowing through my heart and my mind is, how do you be happy? How can you live in happiness? Now, that's a bit tricky because we know that life's, it does what it does best. It gives us a bunch of curveballs and it also gives us a bunch of beautiful experiences and things that we really can share and um, those circumstances we can feel the happiness, but what happens when that's not there? What happens when there are things going on around you and even in you that's creating a whole lot of pressure and making happiness seem very evasive? What do we do? What do you do? Have you figured that out? I hope so, or you're at least figuring it out. How to do that and keep yourself or bring yourself back to a place where you have joy, which is different, but you have your joy, you have your happiness, you have your contentment, so that you are not taking any of your time here in this life for granted or giving too much to being sad and depressed and angry and all of that. So I just wanted to make you 2 cents richer, but offering you my 2 cents on how can you create happiness, what that all entails. So here we go. You ready? Of course you are. Let's do it. So first of all, and this is going to seem so trivial, right? But walk with me, okay? You have to decide that you want to be happy. Y'all hear that? That's wisdom. No, but for real, a lot of people don't even consider the fact that this happiness really is a decision. It is how you decide to respond to the circumstances and the situations that can potentially rob you of that happiness. And even if you don't have any of those going on, maybe there's over time, you just, for whatever reason, haven't been there in a place where you can be happy. So you have to decide that that's what you want. You have to decide that I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to be comfortably uncomfortable in the places that I've been emotionally and mentally. And some people have decided that being unhappy, whatever that is, whether it's angry, whether it's confused, whether it's sad and hurt, some people have decided that that's what they want because that's what they know, that's what they understand, and they'd rather not do the hard work and the grounding that is required to actually move yourself from that place. Now, I can definitely speak to that. I've been there, I've done that, I left and been back again in that place where it was just easier to be sad and it was easier to be angry than to take the responsibility and be accountable to myself for myself of what my life was shaping like or looking like on the outside and how I was feeling on the inside. So, step one is decide. make the decision that, yeah, it's okay. I can change. I can do it differently now. It's all good. You ready for number two? Let's do it. So, secondly, after you've decided that you want to be happy, you don't want to be in that same place, then you can go and define what happiness is for you. Perhaps you've experienced moments in your life where you can say, that's happy. That I was happy in that place. So, if you can reflect on times where you can say, that's happiness for me, what did it look like? What was happening? Who was in your life? What were you doing? You know? So, um, figuring out the details of past experiences so that you can maybe curate them for your right now. Meaning you can take pieces, portions of happiness from before and bring them into the now as much as you can, whatever is within your own power, especially if it has anything to do with you. If happiness actually did come from you, it was because you were doing a thing that helped you to feel happy and secure, then let's see, if that fits into your right now. And if for whatever reason you reflect on your life and you say, I have never had happiness, then start talking to other people. Now, you don't have to pattern your life after anyone and try to fit their mold. That would do more harm than good anyway. But it doesn't hurt to seek some counsel, maybe, and talk to others about how they have created some happiness, how they define it, just to get your mind going. Again, it's not for you to go and take pieces of their life if it doesn't fit you, but at least it'll give you some idea, some perspective, so that you can start to define it for yourself. And that's important. The definition of happiness is almost as important as deciding to do it because of the next step. So it will throw your process off if you don't define it first before going to this next step, which is design. So after you've defined what happiness looks like for you, who's in your life, who's a part of that, what are you doing, where are you living, things of that nature, however you need to define it, you can design it after that. So everything that does not fit the definition of happiness for you, then you get to decide and then remove some of those things out of your life, perhaps. Are there certain people in your life that are hindering your happiness? Are there certain things that you're doing, certain habits, certain behaviors that you have going on that's taking away from your happiness? You think that it makes you feel good, but when you look at it a little more deeply, you realize this is hurting me more than it's helping me. And we all have them. I have been on a weight loss journey since the womb. Yeah, about that long since the womb. And so now that I'm at a place where I want to have other experiences added to my life, I've decided that, certain behaviors like not working out, like not being consistent, like not changing some of my eating, it's just not going to work for me. It's going to prevent me from getting to the next place that I want to go to. So, that's a simple example, but anything could be a habit that is hindering your progress. So you want to evaluate so that you can actually start to design how you've defined happiness. And this is a hard stage just because there may be some removal that has to happen, and it's very hard sometimes to remove habits and people and places and all of those things, but it's worth it. But not only are you maybe removing some things, but this is a place where you get to add some things because you already have it defined for yourself. So if it's not already in your life, you get to go and get it and add it. You know, add a little salt and pepper to your life. You get to add that and make your life even more robust and satisfying because now things that were probably missing are there. So, complex stage, you might be here for a while. Just getting past the design. So, there you have that. And then finally, of course, you deliver. And here, it's trailing off of design, but you are actually living in it, and you're executing everything that you have. You're executing your design. You're executing your definition of happiness. What else? I made another note here for myself. Here, and this is a good one. In your execution, you are actively facing your fear and you're actively facing your temptations to snuggle back into that rut and do what was familiar, even though familiar, you know the word I'm trying, you know what I'm trying to say. Even that thing that is familiar to you wants to come back up again and say, "Nah, but remember how good and comfortable this felt. Let's do that again." But you have to face your temptation, and that will stretch you to another level. So there you have it. That's my 2 cents. You know, now don't go blow it all in one place, or you can, if you like. You can go and actually spread this message to all of your friends, to your family, whoever you think needs to hear it, because either you know or you've seen or you suspect that someone is struggling with getting and obtaining happiness. So I really hope that this was helpful. I hope that it can be used and you can tailor it to fit you, you know, wherever you are, because you are in a full embrace of yourself and your life. So that's it for now, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to see what else comes up in my mind and my spirit so I can continue to be an encouragement to you and help you to live intentionally and in a place where you're in a full embrace. So, bye, y'all.